Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy Anizi with What If Naruto Was Neglected and Joined Rias Part 2. So, let's get started. Time skip. Naruto, age 16, 4 years later. Naruto woke up and looked in the mirror as his new eyes, the eyes of the Uchiha that tried to kill him, Sasuke Uchiha's Sharingan, were now implanted in them. They were at Fritomori. His life wasn't easy. Even though there weren't ninjas in this land, the land had supernatural beings like gods, angels, devils, fallen angels, yokai, and much more. The fallen angels constantly attacked Naruto because he had ddraig. Not that it mattered. He was far stronger. He was stronger, faster, and better than them. For the past years, since he had arrived, he had used them to get real-life battle experience. If he had ranked himself, he would be between a high-class devil and Satan class, which would put him somewhere in the ultimate class devil range. Naruto put on his Kuro Academy outfit as he walked down. Naruto saw his shadow clones doing chores like cooking and cleaning. It was because of these shadow clones and henge technique that he was so rich. He had used them to blend in and do multiple jobs, earning him enough money to live a life of luxury. Naruto smiled as he made his way to his crimson Bugatti. Today was his first day. Apparently, no matter how rich someone is, they have to go to school. Naruto scowled as he remembered the police officers coming to his house and telling him he had to go to school. Naruto entered his Bugatti and drove to school. When he pulled into the school car park, student barking, and got out, he heard girls squealing as he got out. Naruto got PTSD when he heard screeches of the fangirls, as the girls weren't wet for him. He didn't have good memories of their kind. Their kind always used to berate and bully him for thinking that he was on the level of the menma-kun or Sasuke-kun. Honestly, Konoha fangirls were disgusted. Konoha fangirls disgusted him. But it made Naruto happy to know that once the first mission happened, they wouldn't be sheltered by the family or protected by the village, and would probably end up in some bandits camp. Ah, he's so handsome, a girl yelled. Naruto was honestly shocked hearing that. After being hated and despised, he never thought he would be seen in a positive light. He's like a blonde Kiba, but even more cuter, said another as ddraig and Kurama scoffed. My partner is anything but cute, he's a dragon, ddraig roared in Naruto's mind. Foxes aren't adorable, we are dangerous beings, Kurama yelled in Naruto's mind. Shut the fucking hell up, you two, Naruto yelled in his mind in response. Yeah, look at those whisker marks, so cute, yelled another. Oh no, Naruto thought as he got PTSD. OMG, he looks like a fox, said another girl. Naruto shrugged, they weren't wrong. He did look like a fox. I want to pet them, said another. Oh hell no, Naruto yelled mentally as Kurama chuckled. He remembered how one time a woman asked to rub his whisker cheeks and wouldn't leave him alone. After he started to purr, Naruto then encountered a familiar feeling of bloodlust directed towards him. It was small, almost non-existent, but Naruto still felt it. He looked where it came from, and it was the male population, but in particular 3 children, one that had chestnut blonde hair, one that had glasses, and one was bald. Quite honestly, these humans were pathetic. Naruto got a devious smirk and let out his own killing intent, as all of the boys fell off and shut themselves, which made all of the girls puke in disgust. Well, not really puke, but like yell in disgust, as they all hated the boys now, apart from Naruto and Kiba. Unknown to Naruto, a certain red-haired beauty sensed this and was intrigued. That boy, he seems really powerful, said the red-haired beauty, as eventually Naruto heard a woman yelling and looked to see a person who was dubbed Tsubaki coming towards him. Hello there, you must be Naruto. I'm Tsubaki Shinra, the vice head of the student council. Here is your timetable, she said. If you need any help, then don't be afraid to stop by the student council. We're here to help, she said with a smile as Naruto smiled back. Thank you, Naruto said as he went to his classes. Naruto proceeded to go to his classes for the day, and he pranked the biggest losers he had ever seen in his life. These were the same 3 people who directed their killing intent mainly at him in the morning. This was the perverted trio known as Issei Hyodo, Matsuda and Motohama. Naruto enjoyed seeing them suffer. Well, not really suffer, but get beaten up by the woman of the school, because it was quite honestly funny. Their reactions were quite honestly funny, and the prankster in him, well, he enjoyed seeing people suffering, and they made it so easy. The reactions were too funny. Naruto was walking one night. He was in the park when he sensed a battle between a familiar person and a familiar fallen angel. Naruto rushed in to see 4 fallen angels. One he recognized was a person he had spared. This was Donosik. He spared him because Naruto wanted him to deliver a message to the other fallen angels not to fuck with him. But he's noticed something. 2 of the fallen angels had collars on him, and they were shock collars. Those fallen angels, all 4 of them, were about to fire spears at his favorite victim, Issei. Naruto thought about it. He could let Issei die and not get involved and keep his identity safe. He was known as the Golden Fox, an ultimate class devil in the supernatural world. But not saving him, that will be on him. That, and I'll lose my favorite prank victim. It's so funny to see him get beaten up, Naruto thought. That's it, I'm gonna save him, just so I can see him get pranked over and over again, Naruto thought. He then took the time to activate his Sharingan, as he noticed the 2 collars on the raven-haired woman and the blue-haired woman. They were shock collars used to control them. I need to save them, Naruto thought. They're being mind-controlled. Well, they're being controlled using pain, Naruto thought. Naruto, with a flash, appeared, blocking the light spears with his chakra-enhanced kunai, and then appearing in front of Donosik, smashing a Rasengan on his face, before doing the same towards Miltet, the blonde, killing her. Naruto then appeared in front of Issei, knocking him out and putting a shadow clone near him, who then proceeded to take Issei home. Naruto then walked over to the woman, who stared at him in fear. Please don't hurt us. We didn't mean to do that. We were forced, Reina said. Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just here to help, Naruto said. Why should we believe you? That's what Donosik told us before he forced us to do whatever he wanted to join him, shouted Kalawana, who held fearful eyes. Naruto's hand came to them as they both closed their eyes, ready to embrace death. But then a clank sound was heard. As they opened their eyes to the shock, their shock collars were falling off. They're broken, Naruto said, smiling, as the girls saw what was the most purest smile ever given to them. They were in shock before they got happy and glumped him. Thank you, they yelled, as Naruto smiled. Naruto and the 2 then spoke as they walked towards his house. He learnt how Donosik's master gave them to Donosik, a slave. Miltet broke easily and fulfilled every need that Donosik and Kokobyo did. Well, Naruto didn't know who Kokobyo was, while these 2 refused, so they were shocked over and over until they obeyed orders. Naruto then offered to have them live with him, and they agreed. The trio then went to Naruto's house. Unknown to them, a bat was seeing the entire thing in a building. So he is as powerful as I thought he would be. He managed to save the dirty perv. Kiba, can you request a meeting with him, please? The beautiful red-haired voice spoke out. Of course, President, said the man called Kiba. The next day, Naruto woke up to the smell of good food. He went down and saw Reina and Kalawana cooking food. Naruto-kun, sit down. Food will be ready, Reina said, as Naruto saw a sight that all men would dream of, Reina and Kalawana in maid outfits. Okay, Naruto started out, making the girls giggle. His fox look made it even more cuter to them. They then talked and ate. Naruto then went to school. His day went usual, only Issei was bugging everyone about Reina, Reina's secret identity, Yuma Amano. But then when Naruto was about to leave, Naruto was approached by someone. Naruto, my president would like to speak to you about something, Kiba said. Naruto smiled. Well then, lead the way, he politely said. What does the beautiful Rias Gremory want with me? Naruto thought, while they were walking. Naruto entered to see Konako, the school mascot, Akira Hamjima, the second hottest girl, and Rias Gremory, the hottest girl, and his current crush. Hello Naruto-kun, please take a seat. We have much to discuss, Rias said, as Naruto couldn't help but just obey her. She was just too beautiful. Of course, if a fight broke out, Naruto wouldn't hesitate to defend himself. As then she explained how she saw everything that happened in the park yesterday. So Naruto-kun, how would you like to become a devil? Rias asked. Naruto sat there and thought about the benefits. It was good, longer life than being an uzumaki, and a chance to say big fuck you to the namakazes. Naruto really despised the namakazes, and to become a demon, to become what they made him, would be the perfect way to get revenge on them, to destroy them. He would make an uzumaki clan out of devils, and then he would show the human uzumaki clans that his devil clans were superior. Naruto then smiled. I accept, Naruto said, as Rias pulled out her mutation set pawns and reincarnated Naruto. Naruto then was explaining everything about his life from Konoha all the way to coming here. Rias was intrigued. She loved this story. It was like a manga for her. Rias was horrified to learn the evils of Konoha and vowed to help Naruto make them suffer. Back in Konoha Gakure, in the streets of Konoha, everyone's celebrating. Menma and Hinata were happy they didn't have to deal with the demon anymore. 3 months later, the elder toads had a vision that scared them greatly, even more than Kaguya herself, and that confused them, as well as the other toads. The elder toad suddenly woke up breathing heavy and was sweating on his forehead. Gaminaru-sama, what is wrong? Asked one of the small toads, and he breathes a bit. I do not know what's going on, but I do know that the shinobi world has been abandoned by its destined savior, the rabbit goddess, and her clan might destroy it, but even if the shinobi world survives it, the child of prophecy himself will destroy the world. Jiraiya has predicted and decided to train the wrong child of prophecy. One of the summoners' son, aka Minato, abandoned his son, and now he's doomed the entire shinobi world. Let us go and tell Minato, said Gaminaru-sama. Parama nodded as they later summoned Minato and Jiraiya. Jiraiya boy, Minato boy, I have some bad news, said Gaminaru-sama, as the two looked at each other in fear. What is it, Gaminaru-sama, said Minato, as Jiraiya nodded. The elder toad sighs but looks at them. Well, the bad news is, I saw a vision that the ninja world will be destroyed, he said, as Jiraiya and Minato got quiet. But what about the child of prophecies? Asked Minato. Menma and Mito can save them, Jiraiya added on. Well, to be honest, I saw a vision. The other villages did form together to create peace, to top the threat. But in some realities it does work, in some reality it doesn't. But that doesn't matter, because the children Menma and Mito, who you thought were the childs of prophecy, were wrong. It was actually your third son, Naruto Uzumaki, Gaminaru-sama yelled. Minato stared in anger, disbelief and fear. Jiraiya-sensei, what have we done? We have doomed us. Naruto hates us and will let the world be destroyed. Minato says, we have to find him, Minato. We have to convince him, anyhow. We could give him all the girls. We could give him Satsuki Uchiha, Sasuke's newborn sister, when she's of age. We could give her Hinata, Hanabi. We could give him whatever he wants, whatever he needs. He has to save us, Jiraiya said. I agree. Minato says, you must find Karin Uzumaki. She is with the snake summoner, Orochimaru. She could locate Naruto. He is in the chakraless land. You can't just go there. There's a specific route that will allow you to get there. The sage made it so that the specific pathway can only lead there. Any other route will just make you go back in circles and circles until you die. Naruto only got there because a Biju or some other being was able to guide him there. But Karin can sense his chakra or even the Kyuubi's chakra and lead you to him, said Gaminaru-sama. I see. When I get back, I'll have all my Ambus looking for this Karin Uzumaki, Minato said as Jiraiya agreed. The two then teleported back home. Back at Kuro Academy, Naruto heard a knock as he saw Sona enter. Naruto's eyes rose as he saw Issei enter with them. It seems we both got new pawn. Saji, Issei, introduce yourself, said Sona. As the two introduced themselves, Issei was staring at Rias' tits. My Hyodo, it's quite rude of you to stare at Rias-chan's tits like that, Naruto says, with a glare. Now, Naruto, don't be mad. It's not like he would do anything. Apart from look at them, he isn't that worthy, Rias says, mockingly at Issei as she walked up to Naruto. Naruto-kun, please introduce yourself, Rias says, hugging him as Issei's eyes widened before a glare was formed. I was meant to have a harem, Issei yelled out, but Sona slapped him, symbolizing to him to shut up. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. I'm the pawn of Rias Gremory. I took 8 pawns, Naruto says as Issei looked at him in jealousy. How come you get to be with the sexy girls? And how come you're worth more than me? You're just a pretty boy. You have nothing but your looks, Issei said, only to get flying onto the ground as he saw Sona magically announced hand slapped him. Not only did you disrespect me and the girls of our peerage, who you called ugly by your means, you objectified Rias and the women of her peerage. This is a warning, Kyoto. Step out of line and you have 1,000 of these. I'm going to calm your perverted nature down. You're disgusting. You should learn to be a dignified male, Sona said, as Issei nodded at her in fear. Sona smiled. She managed to curve Saji down. She could definitely do the same to this nobody Issei. Saji was from a rich family, while Issei, he was just a normal boy who got lucky to have a secret gear. Naruto was amused, but jealous. Issei was his victim, and now Sona was taking his victim. Naruto pouted, making every girl cool at the sight. Anyways, Momo, take the rest of the peerage outside. Me and Tsubaki need to stay and speak with Rias about something, Sona said. But what? Issei said, but was quickly cut off. Issei, that is none of your business. Please leave, like I told you to, Sona said. Yes, President, said Issei as Saji grabbed the drooling Issei and pulled them out. Sona then turned towards Naruto. Now then, Naruto. You have been housing some fallen angels that attacked my pawn, Issei Hodo. May I know the reason why? Sona asked as Naruto looked at her as Rias got in the middle. Now, Rias. Now, Sona. Be nice. He's new to this. Rias reprimanded Sona, making a sigh. I'm sorry if I came off as rude, but I need to know why. You are housing Reina and Kalawana, Sona asked as Naruto's eyes rose. How did they know the name? As Sona explained that she managed to get the information the same way Rias did. Naruto then explained how they were being used by Donosik with shock collars to control their every movement. I see. Well then I can't hold it against them since they were being used, but Rias is gonna have to take responsibility for them, Sona said. What? Rias tried to deny the responsibility, but Naruto pouted at her with hopeful eyes. That combined with his fox kid-like look made her cool. Fine, Rias said as Argento laughed. Ada, it seems our president can't deny our cute new member, Argento said as Sona smiled at Rias' stuttering. Anyways, now that that's handled, I will take my leave, Sona said as she exited the room. Anyways, Naruto-kun, that's all we need. You could go home now, Rias said. Some time had passed since Naruto became a devil. He had done jobs, completed his school classes, and gotten a lot of contracts. In fact, he had 10 times the contract the rest of the peerage had, thanks to his clones, earning him some hugging time with Rias, which he really loved and it made him blush. Right now, we see Naruto waking up. He once again felt something heavy on him. He knew what it was. It was his 3 women who liked to hang around with him. Rias, Reina, and Kalawana. Rias-chan, Reina-chan, Kalawana-chan, it's time to wake up, Naruto said as the 3 girls got up. Good morning, Naruto-kun, the 3 said as they all got up. Naruto smiled as he also got up and returned the greeting. Then the 4 made their way down after doing their morning routine. So Naruto, I have to meet my brother and my family, so I can't really spend time with you today. Akuno is in charge of the peerage while I'm gone, Rias said as Naruto smiled. Okay, Rias-chan, Naruto said. Hey Reina, Kalawana, wanna go to the arcade? Naruto asked as the 2 instantly agreed. Naruto really loved playing games. He loved playing Dragon Ball, he loved playing Super Dragon Ball Heroes, and well, any type of Dragon Ball game. He loved playing One Piece and other games. He mostly liked anime games, but he also loved games like GTA, which he didn't tell Rias about because Rias would, well, she wouldn't really get angry, but like she would be disappointed that he's playing an 18+ game. After eating, Rias left to meet her brother, while Naruto, Reina, and Kalawana left to head to the arcade. While walking, Naruto had separated from the group after playing, since he saw that the girls wanted to go shopping, and the last time Naruto went with them, it was pure hell. When suddenly, Naruto went crashing to the ground. He looked up to see a blonde-haired nun on him. Oh, I'm sorry, the woman said as she got up and helped him up. Oh, don't worry about it, I'm okay, Naruto said, smiling. So why are you in a rush, Naruto asked. Oh, I was going to the church, but it was abandoned. I think someone just pranked me, Ozia said sadly. Well, I'm free, so how about we go to the arcade and eat while you find out what you need to do, Naruto asked as Ozia nodded. My name is Ozia Argento, Ozia introduced. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto introduced. The 2 then played games, ate, spent the day. Naruto and her were walking when suddenly they heard, well, Naruto heard, Naruto-kun, as he saw Reina and Kalawana heading towards him. We are done, Reina said, before she noticed the girl. Ozia, she yelled. Reina-sama, where's Donisik-sama? Did you forget about the meeting? Ozia asked as Reina took a deep breath. I don't know how to explain this to you, but we're gonna have to speak somewhere privately, Reina said, as she took her time and explained to her everything that happened in the closed area. She told them about Donisik, about the fallen angels who wanted to kill her, take her sacred gear. Ozia was shocked and disgusted that Myotet wanted to steal her sacred gear just so that she could get closer to Kokubu. Naruto was also disgusted. We should take her to Rias. She will know what to do, Naruto said, as he quickly grabbed Ozia and dodged a sword slash. Reina and Kalawana also dodged. I'm afraid not, devil scum. She'll be coming with me. I will take her to Lord Kokubu, and he shall praise me, he said. 3,000, Reina said. The two traitors. Lord Kokubu will give you two to me, as well as the nun. Once I give you to him, well, after I kill that devil filth, that is, Freed said. She's not going with you, and neither are they. You aren't going to do anything to them, Naruto said, his eyes turning red with Free Tomoe, his Sharingan activated. As a tail appeared behind him, a foxtail appeared around him, and a boosted gear formed on his hand. Naruto rushed at Freed with speeds unseeable and formed a Rasengan, smashing it into Freed's face after dodging a few strikes from his sword. Freed couldn't even dodge Naruto's Rasengan as he fell to the ground dead, his face blown up. After that, the girls hugged him. Naruto-kun, are you okay? Asked Reina as she checked over him. Naruto-kun, thank you for protecting us, Kalawana said. Thank you, Ozia said as Naruto smiled. It's all quite alright, Naruto said as they walked to the ORC. Naruto then saw Rias, looking sad but quickly changed when she saw him. Naruto then explained the situation to Rias. Ozia, I can offer you protection like I did to Reina and Kalawana. A pure soul like yourself don't deserve what happened to you. You don't even have to become a devil, Rias said, but Ozia shook her head. Rias-sama, I'll be honored to join your peerage, Ozia said. Very well then, Rias said as she turned her into a bishop. Meanwhile, at Konoha, Minato, Kushina, Jiraiya and Snardy stood in front of an army with Kari and Uzumaki in front of them. Your mission is to retrieve our missing weapon, my son Naruto Uzumaki. He is needed for the fate of this village to survive, Minato said, as the Konoha shinobi gave an enthusiastic cheer. Hi! Kakashi, Sasuke, Menma, Mito, Sakura, and the rest of Jinchuriki said with enthusiasm, not because they wanted Naruto back, but because they wanted to beat him to death for being good and also harming both Sasuke and Menma. Good. Karin here will lead you to him, and you will have to bring him home. This is a no-kill mission. If any of you kill him, I will kill you. Anyways, Jiraiya here is in charge, said Minato. As you know, I am Jiraiya of the Sun. I'll be leading this mission. This mission is important. Any disobedience or anything that compromises this mission will be dealt with swiftly. You will die if you compromise this mission, Jiraiya said with a serious tone, as Menma was shocked and so was Mito. They have never seen Jiraiya this serious before. In an unknown place, it seems that my dear Rias has a powerful pawn, a powerful weapon. Well, no matter. He shall fall like the rest. No one shall stop me from getting what I want, and that is her, said a man in a red suit as fire engulfed him, his blonde hair showing as his purple-haired queen also laughed. As you wish, Lord Riser. We shall end him, and then you shall get Rias-sama, said the purple-haired queen. At Naruto's house, Naruto, Rias, Reina, and Kalawana, as well as Ozia, slept on Naruto's bed, not knowing the dangers that awaited them. But guys, that's all for today. Peace. 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 Peace.